here for the press conference as Bruins pick up a big win, Coach. We talked at halftime, and it was kind of one of those things where I know there was a little bit of frustration because we were making little mistakes that we shouldn't be making, picking up some fouls. And then we came out in the second half and really, Dustin kind of led the charge and really, sparking that run for us. But what do you think was the biggest difference between the two halves?
Yeah, we didn't talk about execution at all, in the halftime. We just challenged them on playing with better heart and, up here, the mindset, the mental approach to the game. And to their credit, and we had some guys in the locker room. Our two captains stepped up in the locker room and, made some quality contribution off the court there. And another one of our juniors stepped up and, just pointed out some things to us. And so it was a quality locker room at halftime. It wasn't like we said, hey, we're going to make this change. It was just simply, let's go play how we're capable of playing, and you saw the result.
Offensively, again, particularly in the first half versus the second half, I know, like you said, we were getting the looks that we wanted in the first half, but I think it was more offensively in the second half we really came out with that boost.
Yeah, I think the difference is the guys who were getting the shots in the first half are typically guys who are, more of a support role. They're getting, they're playing great defense, they're rebounding, they're attacking and passing, or they're filling and reversing the ball. And in the second half, we had our primary scorers, our three primary scorers took most of the shots, and that's how it's designed. And, they were able to knock down shots tonight, and it was a positive end for us.
Go right down to Dustin. I was talking to Coach on the webcast at halftime, and he was talking about one of their players and just saying how he was playing with a lot more heart than our guys were, and that he was kind of looking for somebody on our team to step up. You came out and I scored, I think, eight straight points for us, somewhere in that neighborhood to start off the half, 20 points in the second half. Just take me through your mindset going into halftime. Again, kind of piggybacking on Coach Ring's question here. You had 2 fouls pretty early on in the first half, 0 points in the first half, but 20 in the second half. So just that mindset coming out in the second half.
Yeah, I think that just trying to get easy points, just going as hard as I can, it ended up working in my favor. My role, I just try and run as hard as I can, play as hard as I can, get easy buckets. I feel like the first couple games, I tried to play a role of just being more of a shooter, and I didn't feel like it went in my favor. But I think when I put the ball on the ground, it just helps the team, and just coming to a hop step, it makes everybody draw in on me. And if I could help my team get open shots, that's something I like to do.
You kind of took my next question, but talk about how you're able to, particularly in the second half, when you would go through the lanes like that, you either get the bucket yourself, or the entire defense started to collapse on you. Just talk about how that opens up everything around you.
Yeah, we have a lot of good shooters, and we have a lot of dump downs. We work on stuff in our warm-up with driving, hit the post, and just all the little things that we do just is evolved around driving and kicking and getting other people's shots. We do rip-throughs, and then we pass it to the corner. That's just part of our offense.
Pass down to Marshall. All right, man. You'll be the first one to say the last couple of games it's been kind of, trying to get over that hump and trying to get back into your rhythm. And I feel like you kind of found it again tonight. So just, talk about the difference again from the first half to the second half. You kind of were feeling it all game, but staying back in rhythm.
I think a big difference between this game and the past few games when teams have been face guarding me, and I've kind of let that get me out of my rhythm. I've kind of, shot quick shots, and just it wasn't really holding my follow through and everything. I'm trying to get the ball off because I feel like I need to shoot when they're face guarding me because I don't touch it as much. And tonight I kind of just let the game come to me, and when I got open shots, I made sure I just locked it out and focused on my form and everything, and they were falling. So.
Coach said that the captains in particular were motivating guys at halftime. What were some of the things that you were telling guys?
I was just kind of telling them, we're better than this. We in the first half we were really playing with low energy. Dustin did a great job coming in that second half, and he kind of just sparked us, got some steals, got on the floor for a loose ball, and that was really big. But we were just saying, Corey really drove it home in the locker room that, we could say that we're better than guys or we're better than this team, but we got to go out there and do it now. And so that was big for us.
Passes the big fella down there. Really, Quez, you know, it was one of those things where it was the first time in a while that we've had Trey down there to give you a little bit of help in the post. And then he picks up 3 fouls in the first half and comes back in and gets another foul. So you kind of had to shoulder a lot of the post play tonight, and they had a couple of good post players. But again, I keep going back to the differences between the two halves. Rebounding wise, they seem to get a lot of extra boards in the first half that they didn't get in the second half. So from your perspective, what had to change in post play?
It was all about mindset, honestly. In the first half, I was out of it. I wasn't focused. You know, our captains did a really great job, and so did Cooper, talking to us in the locker room, telling us exactly what we needed to do. We didn't have any energy. Dustin, he came out, you know, made some plays, got us going. I got going. You know, I really thrive off my teammates, and that helps me get going. And Coach was talking to us, you know, teams smaller than us, they shouldn't be outboarding us, so I had to make it a real focus to lock in and make sure they weren't getting any extra rebounds.
As you guys kind of close out, we'll start with Quez and then we'll come back down here to Coach. But, you know, Quez, from your perspective, as you guys have now, you know, kind of closed off the first semi-chunk of the season, we're going a little break here. What do you think we need to take from this game going into the break and going into future games?
We just need to play with heart like we did in the second half. We can't, like when adversity hits, we can't let it get us down. Even when we're not hitting shots, even when we're picking up, you know, little tic-tac fouls, just stay focused, keep it locked in, and just, you know, just keep it going.
All right, Coach, kind of the same question to close with you, kind of going from here, what you see tonight, what you liked, and what do you see kind of moving forward that we still need to shore up a little?
Yeah, you know, really it just comes down to playing great defense without fouling, and, you know, we can do that. We proved that in the second half. We could play much better defense without fouling. I think they didn't get to the free throw line until late. But, you know, offensively, you know, the one thing I did tell them at half, I said, I'm not going to, you know, we're not going to make a bunch of adjustments, but I'm going to tell you this. Marshall 3 for 4 from 3, Quez 4 for 4 from the field. Do I need to say anything else, right? And it was, you know, they responded well, and these guys responded well. And I told Dustin after the game, he really turned the game around for us because he came in and just attacked, and, you know, just started stringing buckets together. So, you know, we have to take that same, as Quez talked about, that heart, that passion, that willing to just push through adversity. We have to take that and start with it, you know, at North Carolina Wesleyan, you know, 11 days from now. And we have to play. They've got a really good team. They've got a quality program. And, you know, Coach Thompson is a dear friend of mine, and I coached under him. So, you know, they're going to be locked and loaded, ready to play. And we got to come with that same passion and energy and not let ourselves get out-hustled, out-hearted, and outmanned.